Boa noite, boa noite.
Joe, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? But try the other one, Josh. If this one doesn't work. All right, cool. What's going on, man? So disturbing. Yeah, Josh. Stay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Folks, you have to bear with us. We're having internet trouble. George is working on it, and we're switching to the our second service provider because we have two, and that's because oftentimes, um, you know, one of the service providers is acting up, so we're switching to the other one. So just bear with us, please. We have some very interesting things to talk to you about this morning. Uh, and as I said, we're still having trouble with Facebook. Our account from which we bring you the show is currently under restriction, and that restriction will end on the 8th of August. Because of that, the distribution or the penetration of this of our content is restricted. It's limited, and that affects the viewership, both live and post. People who are watching live, many people do not receive the notification that the show is on. That's because of the what Facebook did. They've restricted it. So we hope that once that restriction is lifted on the 8th of August, we should be okay. But all the other platforms are still working. All the other platforms, YouTube, it's okay. There's no restriction. SoundCloud, there's no restriction. The website, there's no restriction. My tune in or my tuner and tuning, they're all perfect. Yeah. So just bear with us while George restarts the computer to switch to the second internet service provider, and we hope that that might work because this one is messing up this morning. I hope you all had a beautiful Independence Day, particularly those of you in Liberia. I had a quiet day, ran a few errands, and just relaxed. Felt like a holiday for me, even though we're in the States, but still kind of felt like it. Yeah, still kind of felt like it. But we're going to be discussing a whole lot of things for you this morning. We will be speaking to the issue of the young man from the University of Liberia who was brutally beaten on live camera. It's just pure. It's just heartbreaking, deeply, deeply disturbing. I have shared those images with my contacts in the U.S. People who have access to U.S. government officials, and we hope that they can do something about it. I know Christopher civilly. I've known the young man for many years. In fact, I have a picture with him, several pictures, as a matter of fact. He used to be part of my team when I ran for representative in 2017. Chris has been one of my was one of my proteges, and he's a member of Soup. He goes to the University of Liberia. We haven't been as close as we were in the last few years, but when I saw the video, it was so heartbreaking. They beat him, they stripped him naked, they brutalized him. You see him looking frightened, sitting there on the floor with them surrounded by they surrounded him, and they've got rocks in their hands. They're beating him badly. And Poker Robert, it's in the videos. All the video clips that I have, he's in it. It's just deeply disturbing. And these boys were instructed to do this by Jefferson Koji to break up the soup thing that they had. Very sad. Josh, are we good now, buddy?
I've said a course.
Hmm? Well, it looks like George is.
When you are coming to Liberia, the first thing you think about is getting your way in and around the city. Now, you don't need to worry about that because LIB Executive Shuttle has that covered for you. We have our luxury private and share ride options, scheduled airport services, business or corporate travel, daily rental in and around Monrovia. Or if you want to take a trip to Kakata, Ganta, Buchanan, Banga, LIB Executive Shuttle got you. Our excursion packages include trips to Patawi Waterfalls, Sunset Beach, or Wuka Farms. We are located after Carver Mission Junction, RRA Road, Pinsville, Monrovia, Liberia. For inquiries, call cell numbers 0770 072 614 or 0770 072 613. Better still, call our USA number on 001 301 750 1336. LIB Executive Shuttle. Let us do the driving for you.
Global Impact Ministries International USA invites you to its 7th year anniversary celebration, and the theme is Kingdom Building. The guest speakers will be Apostle Dio Brown, Bishop Walter L. Jones, Bishop D. Lamar Weish, and Bishop Bobby Scales. The revival will be August 8th through 12th at 7 p.m. The Thanksgiving service will be August 14th at 2:30 to 6 p.m. at 801 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, PA. The anniversary dinner will be August 13th at the Clarion Hotel, Philadelphia International Airport. Please join us during this divine time and be blessed. For more info, please contact 612 702 2418 or 215 594 9103.
Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency is the name that counts when you talk quality and affordable insurance services. Located in central New Jersey, Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency provides homeowner insurance, commercial and business insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, and a lot more. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to ensure we provide affordable pricing and quality services to our clients. Not only that, we also offer free financial planning consultation, and we are licensed in 20 states across the USA. At Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, our staff are well trained to handle all your insurance needs. Visit our website on www.pmassinsurance.com or call us on phone number 609 571 3037. That's 609 571 3037. Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, your low-cost insurance partner.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint with the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Hey folks, good morning, and welcome to the program. Today is the 27th day of July 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:30 a.m. The time in the United States, specifically on the Eastern Seaboard, is 6:30 a.m. And we're very glad to be here. Make that 6:31. And we're very glad to be here after yesterday's celebrations all over the place, Independence Day celebrations in Liberia and at several communities around the U.S. Well, the U.S. celebrated theirs last weekend. The Liberian independence. No, that's what I mean. But we're very glad to be here. Good morning to you, Boakai.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. Like Costa said, it's good to be here again after a day in between. Yeah, it's okay.
So we're glad to be here, folks. We have a lot of things we're going to be looking at this morning. Yesterday, I watched video clips, several clips. Somebody sent them to me. A young brother of mine shared those video clips with me. And my heart was just broken from what I watched. Yesterday, as you may be aware, it was Independence Day. They had a celebration. Several presidents, I'm told, went. I didn't follow the event. I don't care about the event, period. I never followed. I spent my time doing something better. But the soup people, the Student Unification Party of the University of Liberia, they put on a protest. Where were they gathered, Boakai? At the University of Liberia campus?
Nope. Their gathering point was at the U.S. Embassy. So, and they went directly there. They left their houses, never went in the street, went directly to the United States.
So they went to the U.S. Embassy?
Yeah, to give that petition. That was just all. They never
paraded. The idea of going to protest to the U.S. Embassy is just stupid. I know we're, in the past, some of us are guilty of doing that, but it makes absolutely no sense. We shouldn't be going to the American Embassy to protest. It's not going to do anything. Going forward, I'm never going to do that again, just so you all know. We want protest. We protest against the government, which we've been doing, the COP. Thousands of people get on the streets. That's what the government's afraid of. But I'm going to give a little piece of advice. If you cannot bring thousands on the streets, I encourage you to not protest. And the point I'm making is, yes, 10 people can protest, 15 people can protest, but to make an impact, for the government to captivate the government's attention, to make them afraid of you, don't bring 50 or 100 or 200 people on the streets. And you say it's an anti-government protest. If you are protesting against, say, the high wave of rape in the country, 50 people, 100 people, 200 people can do that. But an anti-government protest, you have to be careful, because the government hates protest. There is nothing George Weah and his people fear more than protest. Those people were practically on their knees begging us. They brought the president of ECOWAS, They brought the peace, the commanding general of the ECOWAS peacekeeping forces. They brought orders. Don't do an anti-government protest with 50 people or 25 people or 75 people. Bring thousands onto the streets. When I came to Liberia in December 2019, December 19, 2019, the day they call Henry Costa Day, where did we go? When they saw the thousands of people on the streets just to receive me, we ran to where, boy?
He went to the barrack.
He went to the barracks. We did not come out of the barracks until Henry Costa left the streets of Monrovia. That is what you do. You don't come on the street with 100 people, 200 people, because the government will not be intimidated. And those hoodlums, like they used yesterday to attack those boys from Soup, they will come out to attack you. But when they see thousands of people, they will not come out to attack you. So that is my advice to all of you who want to stage anti-government protests. Don't bring 50 people. There is strength in numbers. The larger the number you pull out, you bring out, the more powerful the message you send. That's why the government is afraid of COP. You all know that. They don't want us to call protests because they know what we can do. And this government you're dealing with, these are not very civilized and sophisticated people. They don't understand, anything else other than radical political action. That is what they understand. So that is my advice to you. So you bring out 50 people, they will try to suppress you. They will use violence. They will do all kinds of things. But when they see thousands of people, they will rethink. They will reconsider. On the day, January 6th protest, and they brought their 3 men in the crowd with their weapons, we arrested them. If we were terrible people as they are, we could have beaten the boys to death or beaten them badly. We caught 3 of their people in our crowd with weapons on them. But what did we do? We didn't beat them because we are not animals like them. We turned them over to the police with their weapons and we took their picture. We took their picture to keep as evidence. So my point is to all of you who are planning to protest against the government. You want to protest against rape, you want to protest against gender violence, you want to protest against all the other things. The government is not going to be that concerned because you're not protesting against them. That is how intolerant these guys are. But when it comes to protesting against them, you must be mindful. Bring out a large crowd that can intimidate them, that can frighten them. But do not attack people. And I'm saying this to the protesters. And the protesters yesterday did not attack anybody. As Wagai said, they went to the U.S. Embassy. While the government was celebrating their Independence Day, where did they have the celebration? Wagai, I told you I didn't even follow. Where did they have
Centennial Pavilion. The Centennial Pavilion.
Wagai, I did not follow. I did not care. And nothing. I did not follow anything. I don't know anything about what happened yesterday. The boys did not go to the Centennial Pavilion.
No.
They went to the U.S. Embassy.
It's far from the Centennial Pavilion, a distant area. That
It
is not
is
even close.
extremely far from that. So the protesters yesterday did not make any trouble at all. They did not make any trouble at all. So for them to attack them the way they did, when I saw them stripping that boy naked, I know that young man. I have pictures with him. Christopher Civilly, the boy they beat, is one of my proteges. They beat that little boy. Look, I saw the people's son sitting down on the thing. He's in the, like when you catch an animal. You catch an animal and you're all surrounding the animal. And the animal is frightened. It's sitting there. You're all surrounded by it. You've surrounded the animal. The animal is confused. It's sitting there just looking up to see who's going to land the next blow or who's going to strike him next with a stone. That's how that young boy was looking for a guy.
Yeah.
Bleeding from his mouth.
Yeah,
They
with blood.
stripped him naked. You can see his manhood dangling in front of him. He's afraid. And it breaks my heart to see that poker robber, somebody who I allowed in my inner circle for so many years, somebody who I lifted up, would be a part of such a thing, something as unrepresentative of me as possible, that poker robber was a part of it. You see the young man, it was as if they had just orchestrated a coup d'etat. And Christopher Civilly, this victim, who was sitting there beaten, brutalized, bloody up, frightened. He's looking as though he was the man they had overthrown. That they just, when you watch that video, what does it look like to you? You see it looks like what they did to Samuel Kedo.
Absolutely.
When
The
Samuel
repeat of
Kedo,
this situation.
yes. When you watch the video of Samuel Kedo, when Prince Johnson and all his men, they stripped Doe, naked Doe is sitting there, and you see them beating Doe. That is what the boy was looking at first, somebody's child. You beat him so mercilessly. He's sitting there looking at Samuel Kedo, frightened, looking like this. He's afraid. And I saw that and I said to myself, these are animals. But let me tell you something. The government will not arrest anybody.
But Costa, since yesterday,
The police,
since it happened
they
yesterday,
have not issued a statement.
there haven't been a statement from the Liberian National Police.
Nothing.
There haven't been a statement from the CDC SF. There haven't been a
Nothing.
statement from the
They have
government
not
of
put out a
Liberia.
statement
No.
to condemn what happened yesterday to that young boy. You see the boy looking, you see the blood oozing out of his mouth.
Yeah, because Koji is behind it. So everything will just go down the
He's
drain.
mindless. He's mindless that he's naked. That's not even his concern. I mean, the kind of psychological, mental, and physical abuse they meted out against that young man yesterday. Amen. And to see Poker Robber is in that video. They're beating that boy. And Ben Believe talk about those boys that we elevated, ego, to see that they were the ones that carry out that kind of thuggish, violent behavior. Yes, yesterday.
According to them, they were sent by Koji. That was what they said. Koji sent them to do that.
They said it.
Mm-hmm.
You watch the video, they said it. Jefferson Koji sent them to do that. I have sent those video clips to my friends in the US government, my contacts. They're going to get some Congress people to do something about it. It is just disturbing and heartbreaking. George Weah has been invited among a long list of people to attend the Democracy Summit hosted by President Biden from the 13th of December to the 15th of December. My contacts will try to get Congress people to petition Biden to uninvite George Weah. To uninvite George Weah. To rescind and revoke the invitation of George Weah.
Because of this situation.
Because of this situation. Let me repeat. We're going to try to do that. You beat people up in that manner. Nearly killed that boy. Jefferson Koji again. Jefferson Koji again. Everything Jefferson Koji. Everything Jefferson Koji. It is sad. It is very, very sad. The police will not arrest any other boys because Koji sent them.
Mm-hmm.
Their faces can be clearly seen in the video.
Yep.
You look at them. Koji is building mansions all over the place. You poor boys who can barely feed your families. You let him send you to do such a thing. You let him put you up to such inhumane violence against your brothers. Eh? For a man who is stealing All that money and building all those houses and passing around speaking ugly English, and you letting him put you up to such violence. Your faces are captured and everybody can see you. What is wrong with you people? You are animals. I'll try to get in touch. Call Jethro, poor guy. I want you to call Jethro Cole and tell him, because Jethro was the head of Team Costa, the organization in which Christopher Civilly served. So let Jethro get in touch with Civilly. We want to speak with him this morning or check on him this morning. We got to send him some money for medical treatment and stuff. That young boy, I know that boy very well. He used to be with me for years. But you know, we just suddenly drifted apart over time. There's Jethro. Jethro's here. Jethro, I see your comment. Jethro, get in touch with your Peking. Christopher Civilly, we need to help him. The COP will send him some money to go to the hospital for treatment. And when he feels much better and he can speak, we'll bring him on here to discuss his deal with us. But this is just sickening, extremely troubling. That's the kind of situation we find ourselves in. Now, they are telling you that President Biden has invited George Weah. They're making it look like it is an exclusive invitation. That it's only George Weah Biden has invited. That finally, after over 4 years in power, almost 5 years, Biden has invited George Weah to America. It is not true. This, go on the website of the U.S. State Department, the Department of State. This summit is called the Summit for Democracy.
Yeah.
And I have the invited participants here, the list of the invited participants. I'm going to name the countries that were invited. Albania, Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Bahamas, Barbados, Belgium, Belize, Botswana, Brazil, Bulgaria, Cape Verde, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, Denmark, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Estonia, the European Union, Fiji, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Grenada, Guyana, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Iraq, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kenya, Kiribati, Kosovo, Latvia, Liberia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malawi, Malaysia, Maldives, Malta, Marshall Islands, Mauritius, Mexico, Micronesia, Moldova, Mongolia, Montenegro, Namibia, Nauru, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Niger, Nigeria, North Macedonia, Norway, Pakistan, Palau, Panama, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Republic of Korea, Romania, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, Sao Tome and Principe, Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Slovakia, Slovenia, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Spain, Suriname, Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, Timor-Leste, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tuvalu, Ukraine, United Kingdom, Uruguay, Vanuatu, and Zambia. Hello? These are the countries that were invited. Why?
The entire war, Costa.
These are the countries that were invited to the event by Biden. Does this look to you like an exclusive invitation?
Nope.
The people say I should start calling the listener. Does this look to you like it was an exclusive invitation to George Weah? It was not. It was not. Christopher Civilly is at a local clinic. We will not call the name of the clinic. One of my young brothers just sent me the name of the clinic where he is. A COP team will be dispatched to go to see him today. Christopher, yes, Abraham Salif was a member of Team Costa, this young man who just wrote this comment. Christopher Salif and him, they work together. He is at a local clinic. And as I speak to you, some of our boys will go there. They will see him today from the COP. But that is the list. These are the people that were invited by Biden.
Costa, that's how many countries? We need to let
it's
it
a
people
long
know.
list. The list I called just now, anywhere around 70 something to 100 countries. How can you be invited? Last year, Liberia was invited, but it was COVID time, the peak of COVID. So what happened was that they had the summit virtually. They didn't have it in person. This year, because COVID is not as severe as it was last year, the summit is being held in person this year, from the 13th of December to the 15th of December in the United States of America. This is not an invitation, a personal invitation to George Weah from Joseph Biden. This is just about 90 to 100 countries that were invited. 90 to 100 countries that were invited. Yet our boys in Liberia, our government officials are trying to spin this as though it is an exclusive invitation extended to George Weah. Let me say this to you. George Weah will never receive an invitation from Biden to visit the U.S. No personal, direct, special invitation to visit the U.S.
Costa, what I listened to a local, let me just say, one of the local ministers saying this morning on a radio station is that, once your democracy in your country is good, you will be invited for this particular summit. I was like,
you know how many countries that were invited that have terrible records, democratic credentials? Do you know how many countries that were invited that have terrible democratic credentials? Boys are stupid. Now they're saying, oh, okay, why they invite the whole world? When you haven't parted to your house, do you invite the whole country or the whole community? Do you?
Yeah.
That's it. You guys are just stupid. Eh? Yeah, the main invite. This summit is not even an Africa summit. It is democracy summit. The list is there on the U.S. Department of State's website. Go and see for yourselves. It is there. Do not believe what I'm telling you. Go see it for yourself. Talking about Biden has invited George Weah. Biden has not invited George Weah for an exclusive one-on-one meeting or visit. It is a visit that plenty people coming. Eh? Yeah, plenty people coming to it. Your son of my swan, you're passing around making noise. Oh, yo, then the thing we've been waiting for the invitation. Last year you were invited. You did not come. You participated via Zoom because of COVID. This year, COVID is not as bad. So they're telling you to come to DC. This is George Weah first time coming to DC saying became president of Liberia. This is the first Liberian president in a long time to have not visited Washington, D.C. 5 years in office. Boakai, are you listening? Boakai, this is a record. George Weah has set a record. It's a Guinness Book of Record. This is the first Liberian president 5 years in office to have not visited Washington, D.C.
America that is noted for being a car for our presidency. Once you are head of state in Liberia,
once you are president of Liberia, yes.
Yeah, you be in and out of Liberia.
Even military dictator Samuel K. Doe the red carpet was rolled out for Samuel K. Doe. They rolled the red carpet out for Samuel K. Doe. But George Weah, no red carpet. They will never smell the White House. The meeting is not being held at the White House. It's being held somewhere in D.C. That's where George Weah will go. I believe they're doing it at a convention center or a hotel Joey will not smell a warehouse. Eh? Are you listening to me? It will not happen. And you're sitting there. And you're sitting there. And you've never come to America. You were democratically elected president. And we're not talking about Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor was a pariah. The Americans gave Charles Taylor an opportunity to make amends, but he didn't take them up on that offer. So he blew it. So let's not even speak of Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor was a pariah. He thought he was so smart. Look at where he's ended. He's ended up in jail, which he would never see, which he would never come back from. But we're talking about a man who was supposedly the downtrodden man from the slum community, elected to the presidency, and he has not been able to see Washington, D.C. This is his first time. That's why they are so excited. They are so excited. What a Joe Biden invited 90 other countries, all Joe know are going to D.C.
He going to America. Since he can go America on his own, he has been invited by the government. So at least let me go see Washington now, man.
At least as president, let me pay my first visit to Washington, D.C. in a hotel or a convention center. At least. I don't get a problem. Even if Biden don't want to see me, no problem. But let me just go to this event. They're happy for that.
Yeah, the boys are saying that they will spend some good amount of money so at least George Weah can meet Biden one-on-one.
It doesn't work that way. You have almost 100 countries coming to the summit. The U.S. government will decide who Biden meets. Biden decides, his people decide who he meets. Why does he meet a Weah? What does a Weah have to tell a Joe Biden?
But why would we even understand from such a meeting? Because the man only sit for 5 minutes and he's off. Why would he understand such a meeting? He
has the attention span of a child. What if he and Biden will talk? My boy, please tell me. Biden speaking, we are talking. What if they will understand? There will be no communication. Communication is when you talk at all, we understand each other. But what will they be talking? Tell me now. You are beating people's children. Mercilessly beating people's children. And then you're talking about going to a democracy summit that you're bragging about. Is that democracy? These images are all over the place now. So today, those images will be given to a number of congressmen. Today, I have shared those images with my contacts. Those images are going to Dr. Alan White. Dr. White will share those images with U.S. congressmen. Let me say, Henry Pedro Costa, I send those disturbing video footages of that young man getting brutalized. They are going to Dr. Alan White. Alan White will share those footages with Congress people.
It happened right in front of the U.S. Embassy. Right in front of the U.S. Embassy.
Yes, I have already done that. Today, a number of American congressmen will receive those disturbing video footages of a young man getting brutally beaten. I have done it. When you hear you get problem from the Americans about those, you must know that me did it. Me, Pedro. That me did it. I want you to know that. Sit down there and say they're not nothing. Oh yeah, they're not nothing. The American when I care. Those are the things the Americans cannot stand. They can't tolerate. Sit down there. Just how stupid you are, I don't understand it. You send people to beat people up because they're protesting. Some of that boy had died yesterday. We'll now turn our focus and bazooka to Mawani Deeks, the Independence Day orator yesterday. You know, the things I hear about Mawani, when I talk, it say, when you see Mawani, you will just feel bad, you want to throw up. Mawani has a sleazy, nasty reputation. Mawani Dix. Yesterday, that human being decided to attack Liberians who are in the talk show business, the advocacy business, people who have platforms, social media platforms. In her speech, Mawani is basically essentially saying those of us who are advocates, who have platforms, who expose the ills in society, we are the ones responsible for the way the country is, not the way they are destroying the country. No, they are not responsible. No. We are responsible. No. The way how they can steal, murder people in cold blood, destroying the country, they are not the ones responsible. I didn't watch the thing. Somebody sent me the part that she spoke to. That's what I have. I didn't watch it. I told you I don't have the interest. What am I going to listen to Mawani for? Since Lima Bowie served as, there's something I have to tell Lima Bowie too, my dear Pele sister. She wrote something in which she mentioned me. I will speak to her, to Lima Bowie. You know me, I will not let her pass. Lima Bowie, I will respond to what you wrote and the way you mentioned me in your piece that you wrote. Since Lima Bowie gave that powerful Independence Day oration in July 2020 that embarrassed George Weah in front of his guests from abroad and all of that, the CDC people decided they are no longer going to have somebody they don't trust deliver the Independence Day oration. They said only CDCians will deliver Independence Day oration going forward. If you are not muya muya, if you are not daha, you will not deliver Independence Day oration. Lima Bowie was the last person I listened to give the Independence Day oration. After that, last year, who gave it? I don't even know. Who spoke last year?
Malaya Sharif. Was it Malaya Sharif? They got a contestant in Maserati. Yeah, man. He
I don't care, sir. Don't hey. We don't care. I don't listen to it any longer. Since Lima Bowie gave it that year, 2020, the CDCians went in-house and said, we are no longer going to allow anybody who is not a DAHA certified stupidician deliver the oration. That's how they do it. You must be a DAHA certified stupidician in order to qualify to give the message. Yes, Dacinos Twa, you say she was referring to me indirectly. You are correct. That means they were talking to. When they talk about social media platform and people there who got it, that means you're talking to. She was not just talking about people who get talk shows. She was specific. People who cultivate, who have powerful social media platform and don't use it to hurt the country's image abroad. I will say this to you. Because a few friends of mine reached out to me and begged for her. And I will say this. There are certain things in her closet I will not talk it. But I will respond to what she wrote. Because if I start talking about the things that I know about Mawani Dix on this show, you know me. When it comes, when I ready to talk to you, when you've done something stupid or something bad, I don't care whether you woman or you man. My criticisms are not gender specific. I can just put it as a we are. We are. Whether you woman, you man, I don't care. If you go, you attack me, or you say something stupid, or you do bad, you think I'm coming to say, oh, how you talk to her? And then you know that woman. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all know that one about me. But I will tell you this. Because of a few good friends of mine for whom I have a great deal of respect and admiration and affection and affinity, I will not say all the bad things, all the nasty things I know. Because when you read that thing, that means you're referring to you sit down there. They gave you opportunity to speak to the country. For you to just praise your Jawia. Just praising. How he the best thing that ever happened. How he did, he died. Say, praise him all you want. But you did not do that. Eh? You did not do that. Yes, my brother Thomas Crow, you damn right, my boy. He said that's what you call gender equality. Yeah. Gender equality also means when a woman do bad, you talk to her bad with the same way you talk to men. That gender equality. Oh, but when gender equality not mean you will make a woman that only be equal with a man on the positive side. But even in the negative side, you must be fair. When the woman do it, you deal with a woman the same way you deal with a man. That's gender equality. Allah, gender equality. But I said this to you. They gave you opportunity to go speak. Eh? They gave you opportunity to go speak. You go sit down there for you to praise your Jawia. To praise your Jawia. Worship your Jawia. You decide to take your mouth and go put it on us. Me in particular. Just so people there spoiling the country image. And then that mean tell you to be rogue. That mean tell you to be murdering people. That mean tell you to be breaking the laws of the country. Eh? We will keep sucking it to you because you have an opportunity to do right. You decide that she can't even go to work. Mawane this, all day she in Jawia office. She can't go to work. They make you Minister of Commerce, a position you're not even fit for. You can't go say you butt there and work. All day you in Jawia office. Tell you an office girl. You have no respect for yourself. None whatsoever. And you're passing around and you walk and talk. Amen. Amen. Look, you better thank my good friends that begged me to leave you alone. Thank them. They picture I posted on Facebook with her, looking like something or whatever. The other girl inside the program and say, "Man, we beg you, man, please tell the girl complaining, man, we beg you, please take the picture that have money or the other picture." Eh? Y'all follow it, man. Y'all sitting on y'all foolish people destroying our country. When we talk, then y'all gather, y'all open your dirty mouth, then y'all want to talk nonsense to us. Eh? You're destroying our country. You're messing the country up. At Ministry of Commerce, why are you even doing that? What progress have you made at the Ministry of Commerce? Then you want to open your mouth. The thing I want to tell the money to list all your buffering it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
It's all right. All right, we'll move on. That's small thing I wanted to talk about all the money. Yeah.
Let her go see no more. Let her go see no more. Let just forget. Let play low.
God bless you. Go and see no more, Mawani Dix. The next time you try me, when I come for you, it will not be easy. Can't open your mouth, be talking all kind of nonsense. We don't want destroying the country image. Nonsense. Stupid woman. Like I said, gender equality. When a woman do wrong, you deal with a woman the same way you deal with a man. Stupid people. Yeah, man. What kind of nonsense is that? Look what I did yesterday. Beat that people's son like that. Eh? Beat that little child. Mercilessly beat him. You could have killed that little boy. You could have killed that little boy yesterday. Imagine. And today, it's almost 24 hours later. Boy.
Yeah. But the same time yesterday happened.
But the same time yesterday it happened. They have not issued a single statement to condemn the incident, to arrest the individuals who did it. Their faces are clearly shown in the video. To see poker rubber. Hey, man. I said, I look at myself, I said, but do I blame? No, I can't blame myself. I'm not responsible for what he did. But the fact that this young man was even associated with me for years. It saddens me and breaks my heart to see that poker is such an animal, such a goat, an idiotic and dim-witted goat, that poker would engage in violence, that a Bentokpa, no boys, Kendrick Pellet, those boys who were all proteges and mentees of mine would
I tell you,
reduce themselves to thugs, to gangsters, just to please Jefferson Koji. It breaks my heart. I cried yesterday to see that people who I once helped elevate, promote, would do such a thing.
cause for me, I know.
Gibberish spewing idiot like poker, beating somebody's child, blooding him up. You see, all a teen more looking at that, he buried him for 30 years. Oh God. And poker is walking around. They have not arrested him.
Cause let me tell you this. Those guys, they Ben, the Kendrick, the whosoever, I can tell them for free. Soup will never let this slide. And the government, we just look at the government coming out, they're not making no statement. I know Soup for a fact. I know them.
Soup will retaliate.
I know them.
And when Soup retaliates, they will be justified in their retaliation.
And that's what it's for to talk about. They will do. They will pay their
people that poker, they know Soup will come find you. Jefferson Koji better get you bodyguard. Jefferson Koji better get bent over them bodyguard. Because guess what? Soup will look for you.
One
and
by
when
one.
Soup looks for you, I will be clapping and be drinking my cold beer. You beat the guy up like that, and the law has not taken any recourse, and Soup will find them. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls. And when Soup comes to find you, try to get Mustafa Kane on, the chairman of Soup. Let's speak to him this morning. You have his number, right?
Yep, I'm trying to go there quickly to see. Let me see. I'm trying to get Mustafa. But folks, the phone lines are open 0770-102-102, 0886-010-383, 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is plus.
I just got some confidential information on the condition of Christopher Severly, the young man who was brutally attacked. I'm told he is on critical list. His condition is critical. They are planning to transfer him from the clinic where he is to the full hospital. They are planning to transfer the young man to a hospital because his condition is critical. Let's go to the lines and take some calls. Bye.
All right, 0770-102-102, 886-010-383, 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is plus 231-888-624171. Let's take this person on the line. Okay, let's take.
Good morning, Baga.
Yes, hello.
Good morning, Baga.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, I would not like to call my name. I'm a strong member of SOUP. What the boy did yesterday, you must surely know that what will prepare you will not tell nobody. I'm not calling my name. But very soon, you will hear about it too. That's all I got to say this morning. Period. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take somebody.
Watching it. And I want the government one.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Frank.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, Costa, on your show, you are allowing somebody to say Joe, your government will be overthrown. And you
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Off, man.
Who said that?
The government said, what do I care? Call that man off, man. You are allowing somebody to say Joe, we are going to be overthrown. The overthrow Joe, we are government, what I will do? I will go cry like my man died. Eh? What kind of nonsense you talking about? We allow somebody to say they will overthrow Georgia government. When they will allow somebody to say that?
Good morning.
Even if they overthrow the government, I will go cry. I will go drink champagne.
Your name is joining us from?
Stupid man.
Go, my man, listen to us through the phone. Your name is joining us from?
My name is James Rogers, joining you from Brookfield.
Welcome, Roger. Go ahead.
Overthrow that good government here to be in power.
I don't know how these guys normally act on, in a way that they behave like a hooligan. I mean, how will you go and brutalize someone like you are, going to? I mean, like we are in a civil war. I mean, some people in this country will have to be serious. Meaning these guys who are from, I think I don't recall CDC council or what.
Okay, let's take our brother Mustafa. Mustafa, this is Bwaka Kamara.
Costa Show.
Yeah, the Costa Show. Okay, so brother Mustafa, we wanted to talk to Mustafa. I don't know if is he available now to speak to us?
He's not available, Bwaka. Just he's not available. Tell him to tell Mustafa to call us when he's available. We would like to speak with them.
Okay, so let's take all right, let's take this person here quickly. Good morning.
Give me a stupid mail.
Good morning, DK Kamara. Good morning to Henry Petro Costa, all the way there in the US. I am Sekajibo Chinugan, the religious advisor, and I call from Barnumsville.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much, leader. I'm out of worries. But when I was looking at poker yesterday, doing what he did, my eye changed. But one of the things that came to my mind was most of these guys that I saw, they were people who Henry Costa supported, who he helped, who Costa helped. And Costa is not a man of such character. But it doesn't baffle me because if you see some friendship breaking away, don't be moved. There are people who are not meant for you for certain reasons, and that's why God took them away. But what I can say to Poker Rabble, my man Poker, he hired me yesterday at school with him, but the friendship spoiled forever because I'm a patriot and I want to be friendly with patriotic Liberians. So my leader, a former mom, thank you this morning for your show.
Thank you so much.
They did not engage in those things when they were with us.
No.
When those boys were with me, they never engaged in violence because we don't believe in violence. But to see them, because they are with CDC, with Koji today, they are doing those things. It breaks my heart. Let's take some calls.
Good morning, Costa Princess.
Good morning, Bwaga. Good morning, the leader. Good morning to our many listeners. Martina Konaja, Costa Princess calling from Morovia, Liberia. So the idiots that just on the show and said that they're allowing people, even if today I know a group of people that want to overthrow this government, I will be in the forefront. Who cares? A government that every day you find dead body in the street, even if they overthrow that government, who cares? And so that orator there, these are people you will not talk to me, I will talk to you. Please follow my show the money by 4 o'clock. And today in the evening, like time, I'm going to need all my money, these boyfriends. Myself, I think getting information on her. The thing that leader will not talk that I would talk. And so the issue of the boys then that was brutalized yesterday by Jefferson coaching and the instruction came from George Manewia. Yesterday I watched our live leader, I said it. My intelligence told me that everything that coaching did yesterday was planned, so we are aware of it. Because he said that he invited diplomatic people and they coming on the program. Nothing happened yesterday that so we are not aware of. You might want to did you when you stood over there yesterday talking nonsense with confidence. Another woman child was brutalized yesterday. Another woman child body was discovered eating a village. Another woman child was murdered in the Peaceville community 6-year-old. Another woman child was killed to EW Junction in the Fawaz City. Another woman child was killed on Broad Street. Another woman's son has been killed. Have you speak on that issue? Your project teacher politics is all about self-interest. My money is you're a beautiful woman. It's better for you to be a certified prostitute than for you to be...
Hey, boy, let my princess go before she talk too much. All right, good. But Martina, go drink cold water and calm down small. Let's take some more calls there, boy.
Okay, so Mohammed saying he's currently taking care of comrades that were seriously injured in the ICU. Can't speak right now. The ASG Lawrence Tier will speak on my behalf, please. Lawrence will call and speak on my behalf, please. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
And look, boy, give Mustafa, the soup chairman, give his number to the COP people. I have his number. I will send it to my people. So we'll do something for that boy this morning. We'll do something for him today, for civilly, to help with his medical treatment. Yeah.
All right.
But let's take some more calls there.
Let's take some more calls here this morning on the WhatsApp number. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, boy, and good morning to everybody listening. I'm not gonna say my name, but I just wanted to speak to that guy that sitting in France, Frank Gibson. I mean, I don't know how you guys come on this show every day and still don't learn nothing. You people are here talking about sensitive issues. Somebody like people almost at the point of losing their life, and you come here wanting to talk about George Weah. People came here and talk about George Weah being overthrown. Who is George Weah that he can't be overthrown? You don't even have a government. You run your whole gangster paradise thing, and then you talking about, they can't talk about George Weah. Why can't you talk about the people's son that they attacked yesterday? If you really want to be fair to society, y'all just come on the show, y'all, and don't learn nothing every day. Y'all come here just to listen and not get nothing from the show.
All right, thank you. Let's take people at Tom on this line here quickly. Good morning. The internet is kind of giving some trouble.
I mean, the video is there, which everybody can see how badly they brutalized that boy. Christopher Sivity is in a hospital fighting for his life. He's about to be transferred from the clinic to a hospital.
Good morning.
How critical his condition is. Nobody has been arrested.
Good morning. I was just calling to make some input. I was totally surprised this morning with the incident that occurred yesterday. For the, listening to the Mr. Kwame on the local radio show saying that the timing of the protest yesterday wasn't right, and instead of then condemning the incident, and that really puzzled me, and I thought I should share it with the show.
Wow.
Well, Tom, my brother Tom, don't be surprised. Most Liberians are insensitive. You talk about timing. Somebody's son nearly died. They nearly killed him. And you're talking about timing of the protest. That's what some Liberians are concerned about.
So there is specific time for you to go out and protest?
Yeah, the Constitution does not state any particular time. You know? There's no particular time when people can protest.
Okay,
in this country, in America, where I live, people protest all the time.
Our brother from Soup, let's take him this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. To Mr. Costa. Good morning, people. This is Lawrence.
All right, Lawrence. How the condition of the other comrades?
Well, yesterday after the violence of the situation, we said Jesus from the CDC. We carried some of our comrades to the hospital, and they are taking the treatment of that very important condition. 5% on very tough condition that we are taking efforts to provide.
Okay, so yesterday you guys peacefully assembled at the on the grounds of the U.S. Embassy, and later on we saw some talks coming from the CDC within the CDC to attack you guys. So have you guys reported this to the Liberian National Police? I know they have seen it, but there haven't been any statement yet from the government or neither the Liberian National Police. What next?
For the fact that for the fact that the police are exporting drugs against us to come and people protest us, it only tells you that the kind of country we live in.
Lawrence, can you call me on another phone, please? Because that
line is bad.
Call me on another phone. I beg you. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. Mustafa phone is always giving this problem.
Yeah, Mustafa line. I don't know why. Whenever he calls, it does that. But we want to know what the situation is, Soup is not going to file any complaint with the police. They're not going to do that. What's the point? You think the police don't know that?
They know.
The police know what happened. Nobody needs to go and file a complaint to the police and tell them that several of their people were badly beaten and one of them extremely terribly beaten.
On
they know
TV,
that.
on television, everybody watching it live.
Everybody saw the video. The video is out there. It's very disturbing. So no, there's no need to go file any complaint with the police because they will not act. But try to get Lawrence back there on a better line. We didn't even know that there were 5 of them in total that were victimized, brutalized.
Yeah, he said 5 persons already. So let's see if we can take somebody from this WhatsApp number quickly.
You know, power that's on you. When Ellen was in power, there were many times the police of Ellen beat people up and even shot people to death. We witnessed it. CDC was the victim then. Today, CDC is the oppressor. Amen. You see, this is why I talk about Liberia, Bwaka. They're seeing people who are the victims today, give them power tomorrow, and they will become the oppressor.
Yeah.
This is the way Liberia is. They will make all the noise today. They know all the problems in the country today. But by the time they come to power, they behave the same way or perhaps even worse than the people they succeeded. Whenever I think about this, I sit down and say to myself, is it even worth it supporting anybody for power? Because this is what they all do. You all remember that fateful day, November 7, 2011. I was in the CDC then with my then boss, Ambassador Winston Tubman, standard bearer of CDC, when the police under Mark Ambler shot into the headquarters of CDC and killed 1 person, and many other people were wounded. The victims of today will become the oppressors of tomorrow. They will tell you all the sweet things. That's why I often tell you, a friend of mine called me the other day, Pedro, when you make that statement that you don't have loyalty to any political leader but to your country, some people might not understand it. And I was telling my friend, I said, my brother, I have no regret for telling you that. I don't believe in any political party. I don't believe in ALP. I don't believe in Unity Party. I don't believe in any political party. Because political parties stand for nothing. What I did, I looked in Unity Party and I closed my eyes to all the terrible things their government did when they were in power. I looked for a good man called Joseph Yuma Boakai. I picked him out from among them. I looked at his own personal track record. I analyzed as vice president, what could he have done? Did he have any real power? Did he do anything bad? No, I didn't find anything bad about him. And I said, okay, I will pick this man. I will close my eyes to their legacy. But this man who has a good record is the one I will support. That's what I did. But I don't believe in any political parties. But I go back to the phone line. Let's take some calls there. I don't. Because when you look at their record, they're seeing people making noise today. They were the people who were crying yesterday. Today, they are the oppressors. They are the ones that are brutalizing people. They are the ones that are murdering people. They're seeing people that used to cry yesterday. They are the ones doing it today. Amen. Amen. When will Liberia have a true, decent leadership where we will never see these things happen? What would have happened yesterday had Soup been allowed?
Okay, so of course we have Lawrence back on the line. Lawrence, good morning.
Back on a better line.
Okay, so you getting me right?
I'm getting you very well.
Okay. Well. Okay, that's good. That's good. So as we were saying, how far are you guys now with this particular situation?
So like I was saying, when you witness the video of what occurred yesterday, you can see that the trucks were being escorted by state securities and Liberia National Police.
There you go.
So it's very mind-blogging that in a country that seems to be a civil society, state security will see talk in the street with the intention to go attack peaceful protesters and they will escort them towards the attacking scene. So we are making efforts to send official communication to international partners in Liberia because we believe that these people send their citizen money to Liberia to make sure that the government works for Liberians. So in an event where the National Police as an institution that should provide law and order in Liberia will be used as another people or as a parallel group to beef up the strength of Scottish group in Liberia. It is very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate.
Lawrence, the video is circulating all on social media. Have there been any government agency or government ministries reaching out to you guys to find out what happened, how it occurred, and whatsoever? We know that the video is out there, but have there been anybody from the government reaching out to you guys?
As I speak to you right now, we have encouraged most of our comrades to go into Haiti because the guys are not really making efforts to counsel us, but they are making efforts to increase the attack on us. So there have been no official communication or contact between we and the government of Liberia.
So what next for Soup?
Well, what occurred yesterday, the government intent is to instill fear and to intimidate us. But when you follow the history of our institution, we have been more resilient in times like this. And so the student vacation party will speak to the Liberian people very soon. But what I can say is that the Fix the Country campaign will be more courageous, will be more resilient. The Vanguard Party is not intimidated by the action shown by Jefferson Tamakoti, and he talks who he sent yesterday. In fact, when the chairman speaking of threatening natural distance people, the militants and captain of Soup will consistently protest in Liberia to ensure that Mr. We have faced the country.
Because you wanted to ask him?
No, that's enough, Wagai.
Okay, Lawrence, thank you so much. We will keep you guys posted. Let us know.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Tell them we'll get in touch with them. The COP people will get in touch with them to see how we can help their brutalized, victimized colleagues receive medical treatment. Let's take some more calls there, Wagai.
All right.
So disturbing.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
Where joining us from? Yeah.
This is DJ Lomer.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to Costa. You know, sometimes when I look at the Liberian people, sometimes I get frustrated. Yesterday, the Unity Party people were doing the same. Today, Tunisians are doing it. Yesterday, celebration. The people never had no time to clean the city. The city was dirty or Costa. They would play the folk clean. That went out in the street. At the end of the day, Jabba people twice in the street to beat people. And look at the naked outboard. Half another party left from here. The same old thing was when they were going to protest, and Vendala said they were going to protest that day. They kept off Vendala and they said injecting. The same July said they were protesting here with Achille, every one of them. President Eddie had to use their money to defeat them and use their money to derail the protest. Today, they went on and having the students. Yesterday, in front of the police was standing looking and they got making somebody. Stop the man making that is now going, and today nobody. This is a test to the opposition, and we said this, we're looking at this thing. It's a test to the opposition. 2023 is going to be bloody more than this, so and they continue to do the thing. The ruling party is doing it, and the opposition is doing anything. The only person I talked yesterday was Honorable Baka that came out with that chip and said he saw this thing, and the opposition community should put themselves together, put their hands together. All those guys that were in the video tape, we got them to be true.
All right, thank you so much. Now take another person. Good morning.
Good morning, Bwaka. Good morning. This is Pastor Charles Ako. I'm calling from New Jersey, Bwaka.
Welcome.
How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you. I want to make it clear here this morning. The guy named George Weah is a fool. It is backed by the Bible, and George Weah is a pastor. The Bible says the people who have no fear for God, they are wise in their own eyes, and the fool does not learn. Samuel Kanye Doe never learned because he was a fool. Charles Settle never learned because he was a fool. And today we had another fool. And I can assure him, as a pastor, he is a pastor as well. He reads the Bible, he preaches the Bible. No sin on the surface of the earth. Your generation will never, ever go unpunished. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Charles Aku. Martina, you
Powerful words there, Pastor Charles Aku. Thank you very, very much. You know, DJ Lomez said something earlier, and it's good that it is he who brought it up and not I. But I will borrow from him and I will expand or just speak to that further. DJ Lomez, you spoke prophetic words. The things you see today happening in Liberia, they are a sign of things to come. 2023 will not be easy. The CDC will not voluntarily give up power. These boys will fight. People will be murdered. It will be terrible. The police, most of the police, or a good chunk of the police, they have been partisanized. To see police officers watching the brutalization of a citizen by other citizens right in front of their eyes, and they're doing nothing about it. If it does not scare you, then I don't know what will. Fellow Liberians, CDC will not give up power easily. These boys will fight to hold on to power. To the opposition, of which I am a member, prepare yourselves. If you do not begin to put fear in the government now, you sit down there, you say you're waiting for 2023 to go to peaceful elections. And you will beat them and they will turn it over to you on a silver platter. Stop deceiving yourselves. Wake up from your slumber. CDC, they are not civilized people. There is no civilized street in these people. None whatsoever. You better wake up. You have to be radical in dealing with CDC. You got to be radical, boy guy. Boy guy, the only language CDC understands is radicalism. Be radical. Be tough. We sit down there. We play Nyankan. We play Nyankan with these guys. Then we say we walking to go have election. We'll go do the election, then we'll beat them, then we'll give up power. These boys don't know that somebody that will give you power on silver platter.
No.
Sit down there. Be issuing press releases. Why they beating people? Why people disappearing? Sit down there. Be issuing statement. We are very disturbed and perturbed by the unbecoming conduct of certain elements within the government. Sit down there. Be issuing press releases. CDC people coming. You are dealing with gangsters. They too, they can get afraid. But what are you doing to show them, to put the fear of God in them? You have to be radical. You're not dealing with civilized people. You're not. The only thing CDC understands is radicalism. And if you cannot show that, just forget about 2023 election. I know some of us will tell ourselves that The international community will make sure CDC will not cheat. I'm guilty of that too. And I tell people that to assure them. People can say, Mama Costa, the way they think looking, the boy will not get power, they will hold power. I say, man, don't worry, the international community. The international community can only come in when you make glang glang. Let me ask you a question. On September the 3rd, 2019, October 3rd, 2019, when I sat down in my studio in Wilmington, Delaware, and called on Liberians to move to Cali Hospital and make sure we rescue Justina Taylor from the armed police. And that tussle lasted for hours until we subdued the government. They brought water cannon, they did. We fought. When did the international community step in, boy?
It was later.
Later on, when the international community realized that we were not giving up.
Yeah.
The whole stand-up lasted for 6 hours, 30 minutes. We wrestled with the government. We blocked the road. We shut down a whole part of the city before the international community stepped in. And what did they do? The government said, okay, we give up. We give up now, we give up. But we will not give Justina Taylor to COP. We will give Justina Taylor to the UN.
The human right.
They gave Justina Taylor to the United Nations. And the UN people took Justina Taylor to the clinic at Pan African Plaza.
Yeah.
If we had not stood up that day to fight with the government, to wrestle with them. So now look at the people there. You know, when I'm talking and they can say, oh, man, but you supporting the people? Yes. But these people that we following, Joey are scared of these people?
No.
CDC, scared of these people?
No.
CDC not scared of our people. CDC is not afraid, and we will soon take our guests by the way. We got some guests we're about to take. But let me finish up on this note. CDC is not afraid of our people, our political parties, because they are civilized and decent people. and nobody said Joe Biden to a gangster, because he can never be. He's a decent man. But the point I'm making is that because he's such a decent, civilized man, CDC not afraid of him. Alex Cummings. Is CDC afraid of Cummings? Huh? Cummings is a decent and civilized man. He speaks like he's in a boardroom at Coca-Cola, or in a boardroom at Chevron or Exxon. Seditians are not afraid of our people, of our leaders. They are not. Nothing about them frightens them. When the Bavarian issues statement, it says, look, these boys, only Grand, they can understand. That day, we subdued the government. October 3rd, 2019, we brought them to their knees. The whole Tottenham Boulevard, Cali Junction, all the way, no traffic. We shut down that place for 6 hours, 30 minutes. I was on the Costa Show. It was the longest running edition of the Costa Show. I was sitting down on the show and I was operating, giving command. And my commanding generals and my first soldiers were on the front line. They were executing. And the government was subdued. They said, okay. When they realized they could not make it, they could not scare us to leave. That's when they turned Justina Taylor over to the United Nations. The UN came. The UN said, okay, we're going to make peace. You got to start glang before UN comes to make peace. If you don't start the glang, the UN will never step in. The Americans will never step in. Look, you are not dealing with civilized people yet. You are dealing with thugs. These boys have smelled power and tasted power and have enjoyed power. They will not want to give up power. You got to fight them. Fight them. Radical action. Put people on the street. Thousands of human beings put on the street. The government gets scared. Then they will behave themselves. You don't do it, forget it. Nima, you my commander, you don't show the CDC people radicalism, forget it.
Sit down there. You be issuing press statement, press release. Yeah, we are very disturbed. We are very this. I know both too, but I'm also radical. You think I know both? You think I only probably know both? We know both. We can get big speeches, but that is not what you can deal with CDC. You have to put on radicalism. You made a whole time. I cannot wait for them. Why? June 7th time. 2 months of June 7th. Ain't no crying over it. Joey are going to the chair. And people, you sit down here, they put them on, bring war. When they bring war, me and my minister, they will run away. You know, yet president go say he will run away. But now Joey relax. What guy? Joey scared again, what guy?
No.
Ain't that drop a new song? The man relax. But Joey was going from place to place. My people, they want to bring war to the country, protest and go, protest a party. When they bring the war, me and my minister then will run away.
Yeah.
But when you heard Joey talking about running away again, my brother, Samuel Sagama, you all right? Nelson Mandela, he founded the military wing of the ANC. To take power from people such as these, you must be radical. Our leaders need to be, they are not radical. They are not able to be radical, but they need to ensure that they empower their people to be radical. Me, I'm not running for president. I'm not fighting for presidency. That's not my time. 2029, I'm my time. I will not do for you what you should do for yourself. What are you hearing me? That mean running for president? That not mean running for president. Those of you who are running for president, when I'm talking to some people, say, oh, Pastor, you're not supposed to say that. I know, but I'm not the one who's going to sit there in a chair. You must do it for yourself. CDC, I know them like ABC. They will not leave power easily. You got to fight. You got to fight. If you don't fight, just forget it. Leave will go. I will stop there. We'll go to our guests. All right. We have some guests here. We have Ferris Cisse and we have Montana.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon, Ferry.
Yeah, how you doing, mister? How you doing, sir?
We're doing good. We're doing
That's good.
Montana?
Yes.
Good morning. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. It's me and Abu both speaking.
Great. Fantastic. So, folks, these are the children of Mr. Adam Cisse. I told you all the story about Adam Cisse, but if it is okay, you guys can put your video on, man. Please, I beg you. The people want to see you. Can you put your video on, please?
For security reasons, we can't show our face right now.
It's okay. They are children. Yeah. We don't need them to show their faces. I agree with you. They are young ones. But these are the children of Mr. Adam A. Cisse. Adam Cisse, we've told you about this man. He lives in Europe, but he never forgot home. He worked hard. He bought a piece of property back home in Liberia. He lives in the Netherlands, and this is where all his children were born. But he made sure they never lost touch with home. And as every father would do, even if you have children abroad, you want to make sure they're connected with home. And the children have gone home. They're currently home in Liberia. They will not show their faces. All these children, you have Montana Cisse, you have Ferribur Cisse, you have Abu Bakar Siddiqui Cisse. They were all born in the Netherlands. They are home in Liberia, and the house that their father worked hard to build. The house that their father worked hard to build. They have not been able to go in that house because of the court system in the country. This man built his property. They took it from him. The case has been in the courts, the Supreme Court. They're dragging their feet, and nothing has happened. The woman who took his property is demanding that the man pay her $75,000 for the small piece of land. This is what the case is about. She is not claiming that the whole property belongs to her. Now, folks, give me a chance. I want to lay the premise before I bring you all on, please. I will bring you on shortly. She's demanding, she said that the man's fence or his house, a few inches, is encroached on her land. And because of that, she managed to get her friends in the court system to take the man's entire house and give it to her. My friend Boaga Kamara there says, my house encroached on or 7 inches or 8 inches into his land. Therefore, they take my entire house and give it to Boaga. And Boaga asked me, give me $75,000 for the 7 inches or 8 inches of my land that you encroached on. Can you imagine that, Boaga? That is the case here. The justice system has not worked for them. And so I told, and they are in the country to visit, and I told the father, let me speak with the young ones so they can tell us what it feels like that the sweat of their father, their inheritance, has been denied them for all these years because of a very simple case. So now we'll go to Ferry. Ferry, good morning and welcome.
Well, good morning to you all. My name's well, everyone calls me Ferry anyways. My name's actually for a boy. I'm 20 years old, nearly 21, and like you said yourself, I was born in the Netherlands to Liberian parents. Yeah, actually, the way you explained the story, it could not be explained any better than that. Like how you said it. Someone's claiming that my dad built his house just on a little bit of just a little piece of land of her, and she's demanding yeah, they should pay 75,000 United States dollars. Yeah, that's very sorrowful. Why? Because you know, when you're born abroad to parents that are not from you know, the country you actually live in, but you still get raised in a certain way, with that culture, it's different, you know. And when you see your parents do certain things, you don't, because you're still little, you don't understand, and you don't yeah, you cannot understand everything why they're doing things. So actually, when we was little, we saw our dad always going to Liberia, doing loads of things. He said that he would build a house for us. I would say, but why would you do that? We don't even live in Liberia. But then, yeah, he said, even though you don't live there, it's still your culture, it's still where you're from. When you go there, usually you need somewhere to sleep. And no matter where you was born, where you live, home is home. You see?
True.
So once we grew up, I think the first ever time we went to Liberia was like 2007. By that time the house had not been built yet, but it was still small. You know, we did not have any idea how Africa was like. But then for me, the second time to go to Liberia was actually 2017, if I'm not wrong. In the summer of 2017, and by that time the case had already been started. You know, so at that time actually I could not enter my own house.
The house your father had built, you couldn't even go in the house.
I could not go into it. So yeah, that's actually really sorry for, you know. You see your dad working really hard, putting loads of efforts, money, time into something. It's taken just it all has been taken away from you just because of someone is claiming that something has been done a certain way, and you know.
And Ferry, before I go to Martina and Abu Bakar, your father has asked that an investigative survey be done. An investigative survey is to determine whether it's true indeed that he encroached into this woman's land or on this woman's land even by a few inches. But they
Exactly,
have
because
repeatedly denied him the investigative survey. How does that make you feel?
yeah, actually, it's really sorrowful. It's sad, It's like you have no right. It's like making someone else feel better than you. I don't know if you understand because I don't know. It's been going on for like maybe almost 10 years now. You see, if not, it should be closer to 7, 8 years. And yeah, all up to now, this the court will say, bring this document. My dad will bring it. Then they will ask for something else. He will bring it. They'll say, do this, do that. But then all that has been done. But the only thing my dad wants, he's not even saying that he's not paying the money. If what the woman's saying is true, then my dad's willing to pay the money, of course, because then it's the woman's right. But to
Precisely. Then
prove
it's the
that,
woman's right. But do the survey.
yeah, but to prove
Establish the
that
means and
first,
bounds.
the survey needs to be completed, and that's what the justice system in Liberia has. Yeah,
And they can't give him the survey, folks. All this man has been asking for 7, 8 years. Do the survey. Do the survey. And they don't want to give him the survey. That's all he wants. Instead, she's telling the man, give me 75,000 US dollars. How can you give somebody 75,000 US dollars, which is even more than the value of the house the man built? It's just ridiculous. But Ferry, thank you very, very much. You spoke very, very well. Let's go to Martina and Abubakar.
all right, thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi,
Martinez.
Martina. So, your brother has spoken, and you and your other brother are there. How does this make you feel? This is a country you really have not lived in, but that's where your parents are from, and they are proud and they love their country, and they built this house there so that whenever you visit, you have somewhere to sleep, to give you an actual physical, tangible connection with the country. But now this is what your father has gone through. What has this done to your view on the country?
Well, the first time we all visited Liberia, like my brother said, was 2007. But at that time, I was 3 years old, so I had no view or anything, or even any remembrance of how Liberia was. So now, basically, this is my first time visiting Liberia now in 2022 July, and knowing that all those years, my father worked hard, especially from when he was doing shipments from the Netherlands in Amsterdam to Liberia to work up his small auto tires business here in Monrovia to get some money for our land, for our house. So all of that hard work that I saw my dad do just to get his house taken off over one small inconvenience just like that, it's very disrespectful. And it's very frustrating as well. It's making it seem like we have no home. Like we're in Liberia right now, but we have no home. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it's just looking like we're just dwelling over the place. We have no actual place to go home. If this is the country that both my parents were born in, they now came and built a house, and it was taken in that kind of disrespectful way. It makes you feel like you have no actual place to call home.
It is sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
It is deeply, deeply sad.
It is.
And for 8 years, and you know what? All this man is asking for is, he's not saying, "Oh no, I didn't build on the woman's land." That's not what he's saying. He is saying, you know what? She's asking me for 75,000 US dollars. She claims herself. This woman is claiming herself. Oh, the man crushed on a few inches of my land. They're in court, darling. What are you talking about? This matter has been in court for years. All this man has been asking for repeatedly, folks, do an investigative survey to determine whether it is true or not that I encroached on this woman's land by a few inches as she is claiming. That is a survey they don't want to do, because what are they afraid of? Martina, do you think they're afraid that if they did this survey, it would establish that this woman's claim is not valid?
Definitely, which is exactly why they're not going through with it.
And guess what? They took his whole house. They took his house and give it to the woman. Listen, just listen to this. They took the man's whole house that he worked hard to build for himself, his family. They took it and gave it to the woman. She's had the house under her control for years.
Because they didn't take the land, but they took the entire house. That's what people should know.
Yeah, they took
They
the
learn
entire
as
house.
they learn as she's screaming. They never stopped there, but they took the entire house.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All I really want to even know is how that woman now feels, knowing that she took someone's home. How
She
does she
feels
feel?
good. She feels good. She feels good.
That's
She's
very
asking
wicked.
your father
That
for
is very, very wicked.
$75,000
But how could you feel
Yeah.
good about that?
because she's
Yeah.
not a good person. Ferry. That's why. And you see, that is why the law should work. Because when you're dealing with another human being, you cannot rely on that person's morality.
But you have to rely on the law.
You have to rely on the law. So whether you're a good person or not, because I would never do that, Ferry. You would never do that, Ferry, because you are a good human being. But the woman doesn't care. The woman, all she cares about, to help with them. My friends are in the court system. They will make it happen for me. And that is exactly what they've done for years.
Exactly.
For years, they took your inheritance and give it to this woman. And the woman is, I'm told, she has people renting the property. Is that
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are renting the house right now. What's even worse is that the house is, it's not, because then she doesn't care. It's not her house, so she's not
Yes, but
taking.
she's renting the house.
No
Can you imagine?
maintenance. So the house is rot. It's near the sea actually. So all the wind of the sea is it's causing damage to the house.
She doesn't care to protect the house.
Yeah, but Costa, her fashion isn't in the house. She know how the house got built. So anyhow, the person she placed in the house, take care of the house. She doesn't want. She
doesn't care exactly.
Yeah,
they're not maintaining it. Yeah. Martina, let's speak to your brother Abu. I figure he's the last, right? He's the youngest, is he not?
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Costa and Mr. Kamara.
Yes, good morning.
So my name's Abdul Sise. I turned 16 just 2 weeks ago. We're all born in the Netherlands, as my brother and sister said. First time I went to Liberia was 2007, and at that time I was only a year old, so I had no idea of what life was like. I don't even remember what it was like going to Liberia, but now I'm here for the first time properly, and we have nowhere to stay because of what's happened. And all that time, my dad was working hard. He was selling stuff to send it to Liberia so he could have money to build the house. But I was confused. I didn't know why he was doing that. So I asked him why he was selling those things, and he said, "You'll find out in the future." And then after a few years, he showed me photos of the house, and I was impressed. The house was looking nice, and I was excited to be living there. But then now I'm in Liberia. I can't even live in the house because of what's happened.
Yeah. The woman's name is Zoe Cloud Williams.
Okay, that was what I wanted to say.
She's a well-known person. A lot of people know her. Her name is Zoe Cloud Williams. When you go to her, she has her own side of the story. She will tell you she's innocent, but she will also tell you she didn't build a house. It's the man's house, but she's claiming a few inches, and the court gave her the house. She's controlling the man's house.
Yeah, I don't know how the court gave her the house because of a few inches of land.
How can the court give you somebody's house because of a few inches of land?
That's Liberia.
Sir.
Talking.
What I don't understand is, when the house was actually taken from my dad, because it actually happened twice. The first time it happened, and I think after going to court, my dad actually got the house back, and then it happened again. But those rulings were made really quickly. They were made. For the house to be taken away, it didn't take that long. But now to just not even to get the house back, but just to a survey to be completed, it's taken almost 7-8 years.
That's true. Fair thanks for making that point.
In that 7-8 years, a lot of things can happen, but yeah.
And I'm going to emphasize that. People want to know the name of the judge too. We want to know the name of the judge who's currently sitting on this case, preventing the survey. The last time I checked, it was the justice in Chambers. What's his name? D. Yusuf Kabah. Last time I checked, Supreme Court Justice in Chambers. But now we need to know exactly where the case is. Now listen, Ferry struck a brilliant point just now. How is it that when the woman went to court to get the property, it was so swift? They took the property from Mr. Sise, Adam Sise, and gave it to her. That process didn't take long in court. But when Mr. Sise asked the court to authorize a survey. It's called investigative survey, and they do it all the time in Liberia, all the time. Folks, for those of you who don't know, just so you know where the house is located on the Congo Town back road towards the beach side. It's on the beach. That's where the house is. So the point is, Mr. Cisse is not saying that his house isn't encroaching on the woman's property by a few inches as she's claiming. All Mr. Cisse is saying, let's do an investigative survey. And the house is right next to right next to the late Jote's house. If you know where the late Jote, where his house is, the house is right next to it, Congo Town back road. Mr. Cisse is saying, let's do a survey. If the survey shows that my house encroached on your land by a few inches, we can go into negotiation. They say no. Why? We don't want a survey. The woman proceeded to ask the court to turn the man's property over to her. Without hesitation, the court gave her Mr. Cisse's hard work, the fruit of his hard work. Give it to her. Mr. Cisse has been waiting for years. The matter went to the Supreme Court. They appealed to the Supreme Court for a 4-bench hearing because Justice Kaba, D. Yusuf Kaba, is the one who has been sitting on a case without doing any action. Since the matter went to the Supreme Court to the 4-bench for hearing, it has been 4 months. 4 months. The Supreme Court is yet to act.
Look at that.
Yeah, 4 months for a 4-bench hearing because Justice Kaba refused to grant the investigative survey, because the investigative survey will determine whether the woman's claim is legitimate or not. But to do the survey, the woman probably is afraid for the survey to be done. Because if the survey is done, Bwakai, it could very well establish that the land that she claims is hers might not really be hers. So, and I'm told she brags that she's friends with Kaba, Justice Kaba. Justice D. Yusuf Kaba is the one who has been sitting on this matter all this while. You know, I'm going to ask you all a question. I'll come to you, Ferry.
Yeah.
This has put a bad taste in your mouth for Liberia, hasn't it?
Well, of course, because if you see that this is how the justice system works, then yeah, let's not even think about how other things are done in the country. It even, doesn't motivate you to go there again,
But why would you come to a country whose laws can work for you, can work for your parents? Now, let me ask you in closing, each of you, and I'll start with you, Ferry. What message do you have for the Supreme Court, before whom your father's petition for a 4-bench hearing has been lying and collecting dust for the last 4 months? What message do you have for the Supreme Court, and what message do you have for the President of the Republic?
Well, the message I have for the President of the Republic, if he was listening to me today, I don't know if he is. I hope he is. If he is, to intervene in this case, look at it properly, look at all the details, and just for him. I'm not even saying that he should, give the house back or do this or do that. All we want is an investigative survey to prove what who is right and who is wrong. And the message I have for the court system is actually, to be more effective, to actually, people who deserve justice, to give them justice. And people who don't, just because they have certain connections in the court system, that's not fair to other people, It's called justice. It's not called, I know this person, I know that person. So, that's all I've got to say today.
Thank you, Ferry. And you've said a lot. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Well-spoken young man, very intelligent. Let's go to Martine, and then we'll go
Yeah.
to Abu Bakr. Martine, what message do you have for the Supreme Court and, of course, the President of the Republic? As someone whose both parents are Liberians, and this property, like any other property your father acquires in a country, are essentially your inheritance. What do you have to say to these people?
Well, first of all, to the Supreme Court, I hope they actually give my father justice and to go ahead with the survey. And they should also know that the more this case is delayed, the more justice will be denied. So they need to look carefully. And they need to also remember how their country will look if they need or not be in a justifiable, court supreme. If they're not giving people the rights that they should deserve, how will that portray their own country? As for the leader, the president, if he can intervene with this, I hope he can also help the Supreme Court look at this, give us justice, and give my father his hard-earned building back as he deserves.
Thank you, Martine. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Let's go to the youngest, Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr was born in 2006. Abu Bakr, what message
Yes.
do you have for the Supreme Court
My
that is
message is
yet to grant your father a full bench hearing into this matter, and to the president?
My message to them is that, well, during my time, I've realized that bribery is really common in this country. So as long as you have money or you have connections, you have advantages over other people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, folks, there you have it. 3 young children of Mr. Adam Caesar and his wife. And they were all born in the Netherlands. Their father, their parents are both Liberian citizens. Adam Caesar, hardworking man, hardworking family. Bought their land, built their house. And this woman, Zoe Clyde Williams, she claims piece of the land belongs to her.
Costa, this is heartbreaking, and this is what
Extremely.
lead people to another problem. Because if you going through such a thing, you start to think on different things. Why would somebody infringe on my right like this? I need to take action. I need to do this. I need to get at the
For
person.
8 years, Wakai. For 8 years.
8 years. You're wasting the man time. The men children now, they are back in Liberia. They have to go and stay with other family members, or they have to be stopping in a hotel, spending a lot of money when they have a property that they can go and rest themselves when they come back home. That's absolutely not right.
My man, Liberia Sado. Liberia Sado. I wonder, when will we have a decent country, a real government that works, the court system that works? When will we have that? Hey, man. They think it hurt me. They think it hurt me so bad. They think it hurt me so bad. Kaba, somebody just said it. I'm not the one saying it because, but even Brother Sakaman, who raised that point, Brother Sakaman didn't say it in a tribalistic way. But what he basically said was this. D. Yusuf Kaba is what tribe, Wakai?
Yusuf is Mandingo.
Adam Cisse is what tribe?
Mandingo.
Thank you. To those of you who are tribalists, who think that because they're your countryman or your country woman, that they will be nice to you, you are mistaken. Zoe Clyde Williams is not a Mandingo woman.
No.
We're not saying Yusuf Kaba should be nicer to Adam Cisse because of his kinsman. No, that's not what we're saying. But the point we're making is to those of you who are disillusioned to believe that because you and I belong to the same tribe, so I will be fair and just to you in dealing with you. You are mistaken. D. Yusuf Kaba is a Mandingo man, 100% Mandingo man, my empire. Adam Cisse is a Mandingo man. They are both 100% Liberian citizens. They are both entitled to fair, equitable treatment under the law.
Yeah.
But what he is doing to this man, Adam Sisi, into his family. The man ain't even like, oh yeah, okay, that my dingo brother there, so let me be nice to you. No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Kabal refused to authorize the investigative survey. Sisi had to petition the full bench of the Supreme Court. Talking. But I got any of you are my friend, and I'm the justice in chambers. I'm the judge. You can't ask me to deny somebody of their right in such a blatant way, Bwakai.
And I know that the person is right. I know within myself that the person
You
is
go
right.
tell somebody, I would say, Bwakai, my man, you know you're my man, but they want you,
Yeah,
I can't help, man. I can't help because they want you. It's too clear. How will I tell a man say you can't do survey?
Yeah.
Survey to determine whether the woman's claim is legitimate. You take the man whole land.
Yeah, but Costa, the judge should be saying that, okay, to get myself clear of this, let's just give them the right. Let them do that survey. Let us see who's right and who's wrong.
They don't want a survey.
That's all.
Now, somebody I know very well and I have a very good family relationship with, he knows Zokla Williams very well. And he's reached out to me. I see his message here. I just took notice of it. So he tells me that she's a good woman. I don't know her personally. I can't say she's a bad woman, but I can say this much. This action of hers to have the court give her this man's entire house is a bad behavior, bad action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because I don't know her, I can't judge her for other things. I can judge her for the one that I know
about. Yeah.
I don't know her. I can't say she's evil, but this act is evil. Me, if that were me, somebody unknowingly, mistakenly builds their house next to me, my neighbor, and piece of their house is on a portion of the house is on a few inches of my land. And I don't really need that few inches of land. I don't really need it. Let me tell you what I would do. I will make you do a survey. We'll resurvey the land because you finish encroaching on piece of my land now. But I don't really need that piece. So what I will do for the future, so that there will be no trouble between your children and my children in the future, I said, my man, we'll pay for the investigative survey. The survey establishes that you took 1 foot or 2 feet from my land. I don't really need that. If I don't really need it, I tell you. Let's do the new survey.
Mm-hmm.
We make new deed. Because you have to document it. You have to document it. You took a few inches of my land. You did it mistakenly, or you did it, or you knew that you're doing it. Fine, no problem. What the hell? A few inches of land, Waga, I will go take your whole house for it, man. But we'll make a new deed. The new deed will establish the new metes and bounds. Because in the future, Waga, when you are dead and gone, your children and that person's children could have force tomorrow.
Yeah.
But when you make new deed to say so that the portion that they took, I will give it to you. And it will be reflected in the new deed that we'll make. So we will redraw the demarcation lines. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So that your deed can include the small portion of my land you took that I don't need. But Madam Zokla Williams decided that she needs that particular, the few inches that the man's house is on is enough justification for her to take the entire house. Now, the point is, Bwaka, what kind of judge would take somebody's house and turn it over to their neighbor because the neighbor claims that the person encroached on a few inches of their land? What kind of judge does that, Bwaka? Only a Liberian judge.
Only in Liberia.
Talking the country is bad. This country needs somebody with iron hand to kick people's butts, disgrace people, destroy people's lives. And when I mean destroy, when you destroy somebody's life, you got a kid in. I expose you, put all your team outside, expose you to the whole country that you are a criminal, put you in jail, your whole family will be stigmatized. That's what I mean by destroy. Like, bro, a small country, everybody know everybody. Your wife will be shamed to go to church or to go to the mosque, and your children, when they go to school, their friends will make mockery of them because they're part of that role. The president just put them in jail, put their power in jail. The community will be small for your family. The country will be small for your family. That is what I mean by destroy your life. That is something that the day God gave me power, that the one I will do. Destroy families, put your power in jail. The house you're living in, take you from inside. Once we establish that you stole government money, you stole government money, we take you from inside, we get it, we sell a house. Your whole family stigmatized. They say, oh, yo, that man power way by President Costa put that man power in jail. They seize a house, they sold it. Even his website got frustrated when she married different men when he was in jail. That is what I mean by destroy your family. They say Zocla Williams and Edmund Snow's sister-in-law. She is married to Edmund Snow's older brother, Francis Kume. They say she inherited most of that property from her husband who died several years ago. So that Edmund Snow's sister-in-law, yeah? They're not even human being there, sir. From West to ridiculous.
Edmund Snow, that criminal.
Wow. There you go. So because they never did the investigative survey, Mr. Adam Caesar went their own survey too. His survey established that the woman does not even own a land in that area. Can you imagine why? They say she doesn't own a land there.
Look at that.
There is no deed that she has produced for any land she owns there. She just made a claim that is unsupported by facts. Thank you, folks. Bugger looking tired now. We'll see you all. But hey, that's what President Costa would do. Disgrace you. Put you in jail. Seize the house from you. Your woman will go to a different man. Your children will go to a stepper. Why you in jail? The other official in the government say, the white official see her? You sure you won't be in the man government?
Tita,
see her. You see, you see how Esther looking. Esther can go. Esther so she her husband in jail. Esther not going to charity feed themselves because it's too embarrassing. So yeah, you sure you won't wear in the government? That my government will be. You will be scared of wearing the government. Well, maybe minister you come to me and say, Mr. President, thank you for appointing me for Mr. President. I want a job. My family say I'm gonna do differently. Yeah, because Piki, go make mistake. I will disgrace you. I will kick you around. That's the only way that bro be straight. That nonsense you're doing there playing Yanka. Somebody steal 10 million. The man will pull just tell her right. The next thing you know, the men start buying PB houses, building houses all over. The girlfriend they get PB car. Try that thing with me. You know what they call lifestyle audit? You used to be driving Babi Solo. I made you minister then you start buying car for your 10 there. I would disgrace you. The car you bought for your 10 there would take the car for your 10 there all. That's not disgrace. But why I doing it? The citizens don't be loving me. Yeah, Mr. President, do it. That's what I would do. I would disgrace you. When the next person I want appoint to that job, their wife will say, sweetheart, you sure you want to that job, baby?
You see how the disgrace, you see how the disgrace all man on
it? You see how the disgrace that man are in that job? When you go down there, don't bring sheen to me, women that can tell the men that I want. Women that like money, right? But they not let disgrace. Freddie Macaulay, President Costa will not be easy, man. Tell the way you see me looking like this, with their verbosity and the bombastic behavior that how I will be looking. I will kick bugger them behind. I will disgrace people. When a man becomes minister, when you invite him to come be launcher, chief launcher to your program, you ready you will say, thank you for the invitation and to have me as your chief launcher at your program, but due to financial constraint, I will not be able to be the chief launcher. You not see minister telling you due to financial constraint, you can be chief launcher. Minister will turn down your invitation to be chief launcher to your program. You made a man won't honor you as special father in your chair. And but at the same time, I want you to know that the chair is trying to do an expansion project or building school. We want you to please contribute to it. The minister will write you and say, thank you for your decision to honor me as special father. But I want to inform you that due to certain financial constraints, I will not be able to accept because I will not have money to donate to your school project or your church project. Because the man know, go steal the people money to go give it to church. The way I would disgrace you, you will not believe it. And then let me see people that are stay in front of me. Oh, you know, Mr. President, that man was one of your strong supporters then back in the day. Then you're doing the advocacy from now way down the line down with you. I said, you're credit, oh man, you're pouring your outside. I never enter my yard again. And the kind of leader Liberia needs. That's the kind of leader Liberia needs to change. You don't have that kind of leader, forget it. You're wasting your time. Liberia will never go anywhere. That's the kind of leader you need to change the country. A dirty way president. Dirty way. Yeah, not a criminal, then you get it. A dirty, nasty rogue, then you get it. They will never change the country. You need a real tough leader to change the country. That's the only way the country will change. I will pay the minister a salary, but his salary will not be enough to go be donating $5,000 US. If the minister, do you know how much the minister makes now? The minister makes $7,800 and something. That's their salary before taxes. By the time you take out taxes, that man's salary will drop to something like $6,000 something. So you think that his salary will get you $2,000-3,000 US for your church program? His salary, you will never get you that kind of money. The reason why the official government can afford to be giving you $5,000, $10,000 US to programs because they're stealing it. They're stealing it. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.